It's C-Doc again.
Well, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're in the place to be. Channel 0. What's up, everybody? C-Doc again. And we're going to do it to it like we always knew it could be done. All right, whatever. Anyway, you know I don't do it alone, so let's bring in the crew. First up, she got her start in classic rap radio, our lady from the heyday of K-Day, Jennifer O'Jenny. Hey, hey.
Hello, hello. What's happening? Yep.
Oh, you know. You know. How about yourself? Looking awfully pink tonight.
Right. Same shit, different flies, you know.
Of course.
That's about it.
Yeah. Word up.
Yeah.
Also joining us tonight, coming from New Jerusalem, one of the dopest accounts on Instagram. If you don't follow him, you're a sucker. The Culture Clip King, UltraBag7.
Yo.
Yo, baby, yo.
Yo, baby, yo. What's up, y'all?
Up, man? How are you?
I'm good now. Now that I have the key. With the key. Sissy. Everything's good.
Fantastic.
Right.
Glad to hear it. Yeah. While we're waiting, I know Flatline sent me the link earlier. Ultra, did you check out the new P-Rock Common joint?
I did not. So what do you think?
I like it better than the first one they dropped.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I like it. Check it out.
I like it a lot. I was like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm maybe for both of you. I'm watching how they're releasing all this stuff, and it's very interesting. I like what they're doing. What they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah. I like the way that they're rolling everything out.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. And I also saw that they are, speaking of tapes, that the album is coming out on cassette. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Where did I see that? Get On Down or something like that? I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Somewhere in the email where they announced, because they announced the formats, CD, vinyl, cassette. So.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hi, Hand.
What the heck was I going to say? Hey, A&R. I was going to say something and I totally forgot.
Hype Style, Vashon, everybody, what's happening?
Hype Style. Yo.
Antoine, Knack.
Yep.
Knackworth. What's up?
Mrs. Snyder.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Snyder. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
This is something totally different, and you've heard it all week from me. You are a superstar to my friend Justine in New Jersey. She's I think she has the rest of your movies. She has the rest of your movies queued up, and she's like your Scorsese.
That is the biggest compliment,
dude.
Ever.
And then also Habert Flex. She loves Habert Flex.
Habert is Habert's the dude, man. He is such a talented cat. When I first worked with him, I was like, this dude's just kind of nuts. But then I realized I'm like, nah, he's just really good at this. So
yeah, he plays those characters so well.
Yeah, yes, he does. Yeah,
and
so you guys just watched Black Men Don't Cheat?
Yes,
that was the one you just watched. Okay.
Yeah, and then of course starring Don Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, C-Doc. I'm sorry, man. Those movies are the best, bro.
No, thank you.
You're the man, bro. You're the man.
Thank you. So, tell a friend, tell lots of friends, and for those watching, if you don't know, I also make films. They're on Tubi. Just look up
Prince
David C.
Paul's a
Snyder.
sucker.
Yep, Paul's a sucker. Don't be a sucker. No. Yeah, the latest one out is called Black Men Don't Cheat. It did pretty well for us, but more streams never hurt. Ultra Mag is personal fan of Airbnb, which is the one that came out before Black Men Don't Cheat. And then the one before that was called Locked In, and we got a write-up in the New York Times about that one. And then
wow.
Yeah. And then before that, Scam Likely, Heights Girl 2, yada yada yada. But yeah, so go watch some movies after you watch this show.
Go watch some movies.
Yeah.
Go watch those movies. I'm telling you, they're excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Stewie P in the place
Stewie P in the place to be.
Yeah. He learned a new trick.
Oh, jumping up on you?
Mm-hmm.
Or trying to pull your shirt down, either or.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that has never been a trick that he had to learn. He's been doing that since. All right.
Yes.
Let's bring on Flatline.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, bringing on Flatline. Hello.
Who cares about Flatline? Where's the D.O.C?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be late.
Yeah. No, we're waiting.
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Because, man,
Hi,
when you have to
Flatline.
do a restart for a computer and you need to be on, that's the worst. It feels like an eternity.
Yes. Yep. Because if you're not in a hurry, it boots up very quickly.
Correct.
Salute.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi, Flatline.
Should we talk about what you did while we're waiting?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you did?
What did
you
do?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm like, wait, what did I do? Oh, yeah.
What did you do, and are you going to get in trouble?
I don't know if anyone can see it, but
I love the pick. That's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of Scorsese.
Yeah.
Scorsese.
Yeah. So I've been taking a break from doing Hip Hop Gods Radio, and C-Doc was kind enough to step in this week and take over the show, and it's all about MCs that we've lost. It's the Fallen Soldiers Takeover Edition. Just premiered on Rap Station, and it's over on Mixcloud now. So thank you, sir. You did an excellent job.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what was so weird about doing that was obviously the idea was spawned from the passing of Brother Marquise.
Right.
And so I'm like, well, I'll play, other MCs that have passed, music from other MCs that have passed away. And I tried to find some of the more, off the beaten path ones.
Yeah.
Or joints, that weren't so obvious. But as I was sitting there, I was listening to all this great music over the years. And then I would have to do the update. It's like, okay, so we just heard, and list the tracks that we heard. And then I'm like, oh God, this is such a downer, man. I was like, they're all gone,
right?
Yeah. But the music, I think, as I say in the end, or I said in one of the takes, I don't remember if I used it, but the music will keep their legacy and memory alive.
Absolutely.
Because there's so much great music.
Yeah.
But no, thank you, man. Thank you. It was an honor to try to fill your shoes.
Yeah, you did a great job. Picked that Eazy-E track that I hadn't heard in eons. Like, that's a great joint.
Yes. Yeah. And I think as I say in the show, I think it was the last solo Eazy-E song that Dr. Dre produced. I think
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the return of Superfly sound.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what the movie was.
Yeah.
Easy Street.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
That's the one with the what's the sample? The piano sample?
Yes.
I recognize
Yeah.
it immediately. Whatever.
What's the group?
It's the same one that Just Ice
Just
used for
Ice.
going way back.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. I just listened to the original too. It's the You've Got the Time.
What's the name of the band?
Yeah.
The baseball player. Babe Ruth. Yeah. I'm sorry, the sample snitch. See that?
Oh, damn it. Damn it.
Yeah, not the return.
Yeah,
anyway.
Superfly. Thank you, Vashon. Vashon would know. Superfly 1990. Thank you, Vashon.
There you go.
I can see the cover in my head.
Yeah. I've never seen the movie. Never seen that movie. We need the review, Vashon.
Yeah.
Sorry, Knackworks. I think that was the wrong song anyway. So
I don't think it's Babe Ruth.
Yeah, no, it's not Babe Ruth. I'm thinking something else.
It is something else.
It's not.
I just listened to it last week, and it's totally escaping me what the.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why Babe Ruth is on my mind, but anyway.
That's all right. BDP used that. Criminal. Yes. Yes. KRS used it for another part of it for essays on BDPism. Yes. That was, I guess, the last song that Scott LaRock worked on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Lots of hip hop knowledge there.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
See? Vashon knows.
Thank you. Yes, Dynamite Kid. Thank you. Thank you for sample snitching, Vashon. Appreciate it.
Here's what it is.
Stop snitching.
Oh, listen. You know me. My page, I'd sample snitch on everybody. I don't get.
Right. Oh, that's the review. Horrible. Okay. All right. Then Superfly 1990. I will not put that on the list of films to watch.
How about Crow?
Opinion pretty high, Vashon. Yeah. All right.
You didn't like Crow?
Oh man. Well, let's talk about. No, I gotta tell you about Crawl. But we'll do that after because our guest is here, ladies and gentlemen. West Coast legend. This guy, I mean, come on, just one of the greatest lyricists ever, hands down. I mean, if you introduce me to somebody who says he's not, they're lying or they're an idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, the D.O.C.
Yeah. Motherfucking D.O.C. There he is.
Thank you, brother.
Yo.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this. Jeez. You know?
He's like, oh, I didn't send it to you, but okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
Go all day. Yeah.
Thank you for this.
This guy. Too much.
How are you, Doc? How are you tonight?
I am too blessed to be stressed, guys. Thank you for asking. I hope everybody else is feeling exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doing well, sir. Doing well.
Yes.
What you all right, can you talk about the documentary yet? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Do we have any updates?
No, but I think we're getting close. People are starting to talk nice to me. And so I'm hopeful. And if I'm being honest, in the next 30 days, we'll be able to finally breathe.
Wow.
That's
all right.
exciting.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
It's an amazing film. I had a screening last night in Fort Worth with a small private group of people to announce a collaboration between myself and the N.W.A. to announce a program or a collective called the 1 Second Collaboration. And these are a group of guys that are from problem areas who specialize in what we would term violence interruption. And we are growing and programming teams of individuals who are out there, who are actively doing the work to go in there and try to change some of these outcomes in our communities where all this gunplay is concerned. I mean, it's we're at a pivotal moment in time where I think we as a community have to put the work in. Like we can't wait. And I think wait's not the right word. I think expect anyone else to clean up our yard. Like we gotta get out there and make it do what it do, and with purpose and with power. And it actually, the collaboration, who've been working for about a year, when I heard about it, it really, speaking of the documentary, there's a section of the documentary, and I don't want to give it away, that really speaks to that. And I thought it was amazing that I've been talking about this, for a couple of years, at least in my small circle, but those folks are really out there doing the work. And so I just felt divinely called to, for lack of a better word, become a voice for this movement and try to make it as big as it can possibly be.
That's great. Fantastic. Yeah. Super dope.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a bunch of mayors from our metroplex and chiefs of polices and senators and school superintendent. I mean, it was a who's who of political circles.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that the guy that wrote FTP is now becoming a hand in sort of cleaning up some of the mess and becoming a conduit between those opposing voices that's able to resonate with both of them.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, also, things change. People grow. Things and not to say that FTP wasn't right for what it was, because it was a really important record.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, but I dare say, the machine, it's still the machine.
Yes.
But I think slowly the hearts of people are moving, but you still got that hardcore group that are just going to be who they are. Yeah. And so FTP still has some relevance in this space as far as those people are concerned.
Yeah. It definitely does. Well, I guess since we're talking about going back, let's go back. Let's go back to the early days. When did you start getting, or when did you get into hip hop and decide I want to be an MC?
I got into hip hop by happenstance, trying to help other guys. Story of my life, right? And I wrote this rap for this kid who wanted me to write a rap for him and his group so they could. Son, as soon as I get through with my interview, I'll play the game, which I promise. All right, give me 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay, but I'm going to the park, so I might be here in 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. This dude, man.
Yeah. I got one of those too. So.
And turned out he had no talent, couldn't do the rap. And so he asked me if I would do the rap for his group during some contest. And I did the rap and they won the contest. And everybody thought I was something special, and you get, that feeling does something to you. And I thought, if this is how you get it, let me see if I can continue to get it. And, rap that was around the Crush Groove days. And, when I heard this dude named Rakim for the first time, it made me, it actually kind of pissed me off, because I thought I was really good until I heard him. And he made me really want to take it serious. And I've been on a quest, to be able to match that guy's skill set ever since then.
Wow.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Wow.
it really does. So you were in Texas.
Yes.
And then you ended up in LA. And how did the Feel of Fresh Cruise thing happen?
Yeah, the guy, Dr. Rock, is the DJ. He was like the #1 DJ in Dallas at the time. He is credited for bringing hip hop on a major sort of platform to this city. And he saw the guy, and he saw the sort of the act that we had put together. And he thought that it would be cool if we made a group. Now, Rock had just gotten here maybe a year prior from LA, where he was in the original World Class Wrecking Crew when it was just a DJ set. And so he was already connected to those guys. And when they put out Boys in the Hood, they couldn't get any traction anywhere else besides LA, because nobody's gonna, but he had a local radio show, and he would bleep out the dirty stuff, and they allowed the guy to play what he wanted. And the record really took off here in this state, which prompted those guys to come down. And that's where I met Dre. And Dre was like, man, when I met Dre, he was like, dude, you are incredible. He was like, if you were in California, I guarantee you we'd be rich. And, it took a few coincidences for that to happen, because I initially told him no. But some things happened that made me feel like, yes. And so I got on a plane and went for it, and it turned out to be the best move for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So was Straight Outta Compton the first stuff you worked on with them?
Eazy Does It.
Oh, that's right. Eazy Does It. My bad. Yeah. Eazy Does It. I don't know.
Eazy Does It. I got there about 3 days later. We won Easy. About 2 weeks later, that record was everywhere and everything changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Jennifer remembers well.
I sure do. Boy, do I ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a wonderful time as a young man, and I owe a lot we owe a lot to Chuck D and the Bomb Squad and what Public Enemy were doing, because that was sort of the precursor, the attitude that we were trying to, at least from my perspective, we were trying to show was like a Public Enemy for street guys, right? That's what it was supposed to when we first started. Now, everybody didn't feel like that, but I think Cube and I, and maybe Rand were really deep into trying to be really socially connected to the stuff that we were saying, in the middle of trying to have some fun.
Right. And that's that early stuff. You can hear it in this. You can hear it in the music. You know, it's not all one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when Cube left, you know, that sense, that element, a lot of that left with him.
Yeah.
And you know, for all intents and purposes, that original formula wasn't the same, and so you didn't get it, even though, you know, sonically, Dre had already began to stretch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but the idea, but I had the rec by that time, and you know, you're talking about a really crazy 18 months. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. So yeah. So Cube left after you were in the accident.
Cube left maybe a week before the wreck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So he got to miss all of the Vaseline and all of that garbage.
Who got
You
the-
did,
Well, thank God, right?
right?
I really
You
think
missed
Cube,
all of that.
but Cube knew, like, Cube was a really smart human.
Yeah.
He understood that I was just doing my job, and I didn't have a real dog in that fight, because he and I we'll use the word friendly competition. Folks say iron sharpens iron,
Yeah.
and we really worked together to better one another. We knew who we were, you know, and we fought for that top spot, you know, and that made us both really good, you know, over that short period of time. And so it was a mutual respect always between me and Cube on that level, and Ren on that level. And I didn't have a problem with him in that way. So when he went in on those boys, that was personal. You know, he left me out of it. Thank God.
Right.
Brutal.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, can we talk about parental discretion is advised?
That was my first time on a record with those guys.
Yeah.
And I sat around, which was not easy, by the way. I sat around for all of Eazy-Does-It. They wouldn't let me on that one.
Right.
I sat around for 99.99% of Straight Outta Compton. They wouldn't give me no verses on that one. But it was the last song, so I begged, you know, you gotta let me do it, you know. And they let me in, and I tried to tear that motherfucker tape up.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Yo, yeah. You on that joint, you coming first. They should put you last, because whatever happens after that, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It's like, wait, I gotta go back and listen to the beginning again.
Bro, it was. I was angry probably during that time. You know, they made me wait a long time. You know,
Yeah.
and I hated it, but I understood that you have to pay your dues, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And you know, like that first taste, when people thought I was that, back when I first started, when Eazy's record took off, that feeling was like, wow. Now, I didn't know I was supposed to be getting money for that. And those guys were very precise about how they did that stuff. You know, they didn't put my name anywhere on the product, and they wouldn't even let me in the video of the damn song. You know, they didn't want me to have no contact, you know. And you talk about somebody that was mad. So that's probably why every damn song on No One Can Do It Better is it's a fight club. I'm gonna get mine in. I was thinking, okay, you boys, will you wait? You just wait.
Right.
I did want to ask about writing for Eazy. What was the process like? Did you have to lay down a temp vocal for him to emulate, or okay, yeah? Because I think I'd heard that years ago that's kind of how he made the records.
Yeah, you had to do that. Otherwise, it wasn't gonna happen. And even that was a struggle.
What?
Eazy wasn't a rapper.
No,
He never professed to be a rapper ever.
he should have never professed to be a rapper.
Yeah,
But he had a very unique quality that people describe as it, and he was just overflowing with the it.
yeah,
We were all really, at least I speak for me, I was trying to give you my best Eazy-E, not as an MC, but as a, as one of those guys. When you saw me, I was just emulating what I saw Eric do, how I saw Eric dress, how I saw Eric walk. I was trying to do all of that.
Yeah. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
Can I jump in?
Please.
Okay, I'm jumping in. So this is going to be 35 years old this year, which is crazy. Wow. I'm just curious, what is your writing process like? Like when you were writing this record, how long did that take you? Are you a fast writer? And then once you got in the studio with Dre, how quickly did it all come together?
Bro, if I'm being honest, you're talking about maybe 3 weeks work time, actual work time.
Wow.
And that's just Saturdays and Sundays when they're not on the road on that Straight Outta Compton tour.
Yeah.
I did Let the Bass Go and Whirlwind Pyramid, both in one take in Eazy's mother's garage.
Oh, what? Come on.
And it felt so good that nobody wanted to re-record it. They just left it like that.
Wow.
They're just clean. It's just clean samples and vocals and an 808 kick on top of it. It's nothing else. It's only 3 things on the records. And so that's the way it was for me. Dre was so good at what he did. I could melt very easily into what he does, and just be a part of what he'd already created.
Yeah.
It's just like playing a trumpet on top of what he's laying down. For me.
Yeah. Yeah.
With you bring up Whirlwind Pyramid, which is like one of my favorites amongst all of the tracks on there. But did you hear the track? Did Dre like challenge you to like go in on this? Because the track is like, I don't know how fast it is, but it's like not
hella fast. Yeah.
Both of those songs.
Mm-hmm.
I brought those records with me when I came.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had both of those songs in my pocket when I got there. And that's why we went to Eric's garage. And those were kind of the 2 songs that I did to make Ruthless think they really needed me, And so,
wow.
My demos, if you will. And so I flew out there. I had No Name Bar, and I forget the name of the sample that I think it was an Earth, Wind and Fire record. But I had both of those records with me on the plane. I had written the raps already, And so I came ready to go.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had the song Ice Cube raps over, I Ain't the One. I ain't dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
I brought that record with me too.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So I came bearing gifts to the good doctor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
that paid off very well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jennifer used to play that on K-Day all the time. I used to hear that doing all the time.
That for me personally, no one can do it better. Is my favorite Dr. Dre produced record for me personally.
Yep.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And that is that's a huge statement considering the body of work that man has produced, you know, over his time in this game. But in those days, he was so much more one-on-one involved with the conception and you know, he put a lot more of himself into that. And if you go back and do the timeline, no one could do it better is when he first started to move, you know, when he got out of that, out of being so syncopated and start to flow in his Oh yeah.
Yes. Yep. And you can hear that. You can hear how he's building on what he did before and evolving. So yeah.
Doc, besides you brought up Rakim, but besides Rakim, who else were you listening to? Because like I'm from the East Coast, so when I hearing you're from Dallas and then you're in LA, but I don't want to say it was like an East Coast flow, but it was just beyond everything. Yeah.
No, it was. It was very much an East Coast flow. It was a bunch of those guys kind of mashed up. Run, it's a heavy, you know, the Run, LL Cool J, that's my line, vocally.
Yeah.
Rakim is the source of the rhythm, the flow of it, the jazz kind of feel. And KRS-One is the information and, you know, the clear sort of desire to try to tell you something important. And Slick Rick is just the flair, the charm, and the wit.
Yeah.
And I put all of those things together because all of those things are in my personality naturally, and just turned it into something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of New York guys, Just Ice and Cool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane and all of those early spitters. You know what I mean? I was fans of all of those guys. And I was actually in competition with all those boys. They didn't know me, but I knew them. So they couldn't fight me, but I was beating their ass every day in my head.
Yeah, man.
Wow. And you were one of the first people I heard like flipping lyrics, like speeding up things and doing that. Like I don't really remember many people doing that before you.
It was one guy that I can remember before me, and that was Just Ice. And he had a song called "Licking the Lyrics."
Yes,
and
yes.
And he only did it once. And so I just took that and just kept doing it in different ways.
Wow.
You know, instead of just doing it one time, you do it forward this way and then do it backwards and then flip that. And you just go through a whole verse doing that. And then, and it felt like tap dancing in my head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hype Style. Hype Style in the audience says the reggae influence on It's Funky Enough.
Yeah, you'd have to blame that on, like Jamie Foxx say, blame it on the alcohol. Because, I mean, if you'll notice, I only did that in my whole career once.
Yeah.
You know, and that's because it was just that right level of liquor that took me to Jamaica. It took me home, and home came out, and Funky Enough was one take, and I had no clue that it was gonna come out like that. The shit just came out.
Wow.
And when the words start coming out, the guys in the boardroom got so excited. Drake kept spinning his hand like, keep going, keep going. So I just kept doing it and went through all it. In fact, Funky Enough wasn't a real song written per se. It was just a lot of raps that I had that I just put together for the purpose of laying something that he could use to finish the song.
Wow.
In fact, if you're really listening close, some of that shit ain't even words. It's just grumbling and a cadence. You know,
Yeah.
you know, the way these young boys do their ad libs today. I was doing that shit way back then.
Right. Wow.
Wow.
That has got to be the opening of that song with the has got to be one of the most sampled.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like DJs scratching it and stuff.
8-ball. We blame that on the 8-ball. because the story behind Funky Enough is I found that sample as well. And Dre listened to the sample song called Misdemeanor by Leon Silvers.
Yep.
And he said, there's no room to sample it, Doc. You know, I can't do it. So he made me put the record back. But just in my heart of hearts, I knew, you know, that was the one. So I asked him again the next week. He told me no again. And I asked him again a week later. And he said, fuck it, you know, I'll just replay it for you. He said, do you have a song for it? I said, yeah. Even though I didn't. So when he asked me to go lay something and I was loaded, that's why I just rapped anything that just came that wasn't a part of something else.
Yeah. Wow. That was that was the first single. Wow.
If you really listen to the record,
yeah, there you go.
He's not talking about anything in specific.
Right.
Every verse just sounds like a conversation about something, you know. But it sounds really good, you know.
It does.
And at the end, you say it's funky. Get out of here. That's it.
Yeah. That's all you need.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, what was it like shooting the video?
Man, it was like it was beautiful, bro. It was a great time in my life, and it was my first thing I ever did that was about me.
Yeah.
And the ego probably began to take hold about that time, you know.
Yeah.
All of that anger, all of that weight.
You're right.
Those energies probably started to come out around that time. And those guys didn't really like me that much during that time. You know? But it was great, man. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed that moment. I'm so grateful for it. And thankful to G.O.D. that he allowed me to live that dream.
Yeah. Yep. Man, it's a West Coast, dare I say it, it's a West Coast masterpiece. And I've always thought we'll never know. But I've always thought that if you did not get in the accident and you did a follow-up with Dre, that I think it would have changed the course of West Coast music. I think West Coast music would have went a different way. We'll never know, but
I think that's a fair observation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you were bringing so much lyricism and then the different tempos and speeds and stuff, you were doing up-tempo records, and eventually everything slowed down on the West Coast. And maybe it still would have. We don't know, but still.
Do you guys think that there is an artist that does that from the West Coast today?
Not with the speed that you did it.
I think that there's an artist on the West Coast who embodies
maybe Kendrick,
who embodies every bit of that energy. He has a mastery of that art form of communication. He could go any speed. He doesn't have a style because he has every style. He doesn't have a speed because he has every speed. He's an intelligent man, although he's a LA guy from the streets. So even in an intellectual way, he could whoop your ass and scare the shit out of you and make you move and shit. He is absolutely my favorite MC at work. I'm a super fan of his, and talking about Kendrick.
Yeah.
And I love him so much. I'd like to think that I had something to do with it finding its way to that lane.
Yeah. Somebody said, "Oh, yeah." Kendrick is low key a jazz musician, and yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah,
He's just as a human being. The dude is so well put together and thoughtful and strong and powerful and loving in his art. And man, the dude is just everything I think the MC is supposed to be.
Yeah.
I can't give that. Now I don't gush over folks. It's not my thing.
Right.
In fact, besides Rakim, I say very little about anybody. But that guy, I'm a super fan of Kendrick as a man and a human, but certainly as my guy in the game.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah. That there were other guys, like I was thinking some of the Freestyle Fellowship guys.
I love all of those. Those are the Bay guys, right? No, that's the LA guys.
That's the LA guys, yeah.
Micah 9 and all of those guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I grew up with those guys and still communicate with Micah.
Oh, nice. Word up.
And I use this "but" really loosely. But Kendrick is a different animal.
Yeah.
That guy, he'll eat you fucking up and you'll like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. How was it? I'm sure, if you don't mind talking about it, how was it adapting to just becoming a writer post accident and not having, you were still writing records, obviously, a lot for The Good Doctor, and but it just wasn't the same kind of, obviously, without your voice.
Yeah, it was hard. It was difficult. It took a lot of outside stimulation, for lack of a better way of a softer way of saying it.
Yeah.
For me to get through it, man. And if I'm being honest, I was just ashamed to go home after I'd allowed what I thought then, what I allowed to happen to myself, what I learned later in life is that everything has a purpose. And my purpose was to walk that path. I think if I could pat myself on the back for anything, which I don't, is that I was able to walk it. You know, and keep my mind and keep my integrity and keep my love, not only for the music, but for people, even the people that weren't doing me the best. I still have no ill will towards anybody and wish the best for everybody. And I'm still willing to this day to help anybody if they needed my help.
Yeah.
That's just my nature. And I think that's one of the things. If I could pat myself on the back for anything, it would just be being able to just stay me throughout all of that stuff. But I got joy writing for those guys. You know what I mean? I got real joy helping the dog in any way I could, because if I couldn't be the guy, then him being the guy was kind of like me being the guy. You know what I mean? And,
Right.
And so I put everything I had into that, man. And to this day, Snoop has lived up to every bit of what Dre initially thought that he was, and even more. And he always gives me so much praise and respect for that time we spent. He's my little brother, and I love him dearly. And I'm glad that he and Dre got this thing popping next month. And I can't wait for folks to hear.
Have you heard it? Can you give us a
Sneak peek?
Yeah.
First
You know
impression?
I've learned over the years, and this is a hard lesson.
Yeah.
Never talk about Dre shit until he talks about his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then the door is open for you to talk about it. So I may have heard some things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He might still be tweaking it right now. So
That's right.
yeah.
He's definitely still tweaking. You can believe that. No.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing about Dre though. Dre's not done until he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
That's how great. And now, that's right. Dre is never done. Even after the record comes out, he's still fixing it. You know what I mean?
He's still screwing around with it. Yep.
Yeah.
Super perfectionist.
Oh.
But as long as he's got the right tools around him, Dre can do anything.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Knackhorse wanted me to ask you about co-defendants.
Hey, Fat Mike, my guy.
Yeah.
What you want to know about Fat Mike? Is he a robust producer? Yes, he is. Mike is so funny, man. He's like, I don't know if you know Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Fat Mike is like to Benny Hill to me today. He's really clever, and his jokes are really dry, like Canadians and shit. And I just like being around the guy. He's so much fun, but he's a fantastic producer. Reminds me a lot of Dre in his sort of idiosyncrasies, the way his process, the way he records records.
Yeah.
And I trust him, In fact, one day I'm going to make a record, and Fat Mike and I are going to make records together.
Dope.
Yeah, because I enjoy his stuff. I went on did some shows with the co-defendants, and man, it was fucking cool, man. It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I had seen an article or whatever that you on stage again. So
it was high. I didn't know punk rock people knew who the fuck Doc was. It was really surprising to me that all of those folks not only knew who I was, but were really excited that I was there and wanted to hang out and take pictures and give me all of these accolades. And I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like I've been, I don't know, behind the scenes. I don't, you know, so I don't know how people think and how they feel. So when folks say I want to give you your flowers, like it must really be my time, because those kind of things are happening a lot to me.
Yeah.
It seems like I'm cool, you know, folks fuck with me. And so hey, I love it, you know, and it feels good to have made it back to this sort of full circle moment that where I can feel good about being the D.O.C. and I don't have to, you know, worry about being somebody else's understudy or somebody else's, you know, ghostwriter. It could be about my ideas and what I think and where I want to go and what I want to do. Just because as an individual, I love my guys, but I have, you know, I have a purpose as well. And so I got things that I got to do that may not completely gel with the direction that they may be going. So I gotta get going on my shit, you know, or D.O.C. is not gonna be too happy with me.
Right. Facts.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen posts and little tweets here and there that you're considering the use of AI to possibly maybe move in that direction, recording some new music. Can you speak on that a little?
Absolutely. There's a company called Suno, and Fat Five Freddy hooked me up with this company. Thought that we might be able to help each other. And this is when that stuff first started, you know, being talked about. And I still think they're in the, it's still a whole bunch of sperm running towards that egg. It hasn't popped yet, because the controversy for me is not that you're taking someone else's stuff and trying to be, you know, trying to monetize at their expense. That's part of it.
Right.
The part for me is just, it's not good, you know.
Yeah.
It's not good. And if you're going to do it, you got to make it good.
Yeah.
Then you can talk about something. And so I really thought that I could help them, because the things that they're missing is you have to be a deliverer of it to understand the subtleties that you're missing, right? Otherwise, it's always going to be a machine. It's never going to be a human.
Yep.
But if you got somebody that knows not only the cadence, but the dynamic of a word when it's spoken.
Yes.
The way it's supposed to lean, or the breath in between. When you hear the AI things, you never hear a breath.
Right.
Because it doesn't need one.
Right.
So even in that, you've thrown off the rhythm just enough to make it sound robotic. So without those subtle things, you're always going to make a machine. Now, when I first started writing for those guys post-accident, I had no voice. So I had to create a way to teach the actual cadence without speaking it.
Wow.
And so what I did was, there used to be a cartoon, show you how God works. I'm at the house and I'm beat up, I'm crying. How am I gonna make this shit work? And I'm smoking, and one of those old cartoons came on, like when I was a kid. And it's Merry Melodies was the cartoon. And they would have these little songs in the thing. And there would be this little white ball that danced over and so I got the bright idea to place the ball on an accent that hit where the downbeat hit, so that you knew exactly where the beat was supposed to go. So if you repeated the phrase in that frame of mind, you would automatically dive into the cadence because it's a natural thing.
Right.
Your body would tell you what to do. If you start it, it'll finish it for you because it's natural. And so all of the work on the Niggas for Life album, I used that.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm a different breed, bro.
Yeah.
You are definitely a rhyme scientist, sir.
Yeah.
You are not going to stop me from making it happen. I'm going to figure this shit out.
There we go.
Yep.
There it is.
Now, when you get to that part in the documentary, nah, I'm not going to. But
Yeah, you have to tell us. I want to see it, man. I'm so excited to see it.
I'm gonna tell you something. It's the #1 hip hop documentary ever made. I say that with no hesitation now because God said stop playing, and so I ain't got no reason to lie to you. I ain't never been one to try to make myself bigger than what I am. It's not me. It's a God thing. It's not a D.O.C. thing. But I've never, ever seen a hip-hop documentary about anyone that grabs a hold of you so fast and does not let you go until the credits roll. And when the credits roll, you get up wanting to go play football.
Word.
Seriously, you want to know what's next? Where are we going? What are we doing? Because we realize it's time, you know. And man, it's a blessing, bro. I'm glad that I made it because so many of us didn't, you know. And I've been blessed enough to be around some amazing fucking artists and people who are no longer here with us.
Yeah.
And, you know, the way I beat up my body, the only reason I could think of that I'm still here is that I got some cold-blooded shit to do, and I'm not going to be able to go nowhere till it's done.
Yeah. Right. Yep. There's work to do.
Yep.
And I have to say he knows this because he just had a birthday yesterday.
Yes.
Oh shit, that's right. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
56 years young.
Yeah.
Word up.
56 years strong.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually the strongest I've been in my entire life. I am as connected to God in this moment in time as I've ever been in my existence. And I can feel, you know, it's kind of cheesy, but I can feel the power in my chest, bro. I can feel it. It's like bubbling water and shit. And like we're really close, guys. This shit is gonna be nuts, you know. And I'm ready because I know that it's not about me. It's about, you know, people like the 1 Second Collaboration, the people that are out in the streets on the front line, risking their lives to try to save babies that aren't theirs.
Yeah.
That aren't hired by government agencies to go in and risk their safety to try to do better for people, you know. And it just feels good to be amongst these young men and watch them galvanize into being fathers, you know. And I'm so blessed to be a part of it. Starting down here in Funky Town, Fort Worth, Texas, and I had a screening of the film last night. I told you that.
Yes. Yep.
I had my cowboy boots on because I was in Funky Town. I didn't have my cowboy hat on. I didn't want folks to. I didn't want to go too far with this.
Right.
But I had my alligator boots on, man. And I had Puma with me. Puma had a really pretty dress on, and we walked in like, king and princess, and it warms my heart to be able to do these kind of things in the presence of my baby, because I said 30 minutes, bro. Shut the door. I'm almost done. Close the door. I'm almost done. 10 more minutes. My baby.
He was trying to tell you. He just came back.
It made me feel really good to be able to do this kind of thing in front of especially Puma, because she did so much for me when she came here, and I want to be a representation of the man that I hope that when she looks for that kind of thing, because she's gonna be 21 years old this year, that a representation of what to look for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
See?
Yep. that clip of Eminem talking about the the verse and trying to decipher what you said.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "How the fuck did you say that?" And you're like,
Bro,
"I don't know."
I think M is another guy. I can hear me,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
Sure. Oh yeah.
And I'm just a fan of his too, bro, because you have to understand that culturally, folks always like to make it about race.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. But when you look at the art form and the culture that you have to draw from in order to create this art, it offers M a different platform, right? And he's able to take his background and put that stuff together in a way that's so entertaining to me as an artistic listener.
Yes.
Right.
Where the cadence is gonna come from, where the where it's going, and how you're gonna move that the N.W.A element, for lack of a better way of putting it, was just a cherry on the top, right? All that crazy shit is just cherry. It's the actual art itself that I love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to kill your mother and my father did this, and all of that is N.W.A. You know what I mean? And I understand that. But it's funny, that, like I said, humor is one of my big things. I started that, trying to make bars funny. Somebody that'll smother your mother and make your sister think I love her. I thought that was funny.
Right.
I wanted to make Eazy funny like that. And so I get all of M's intricacies, and I appreciate them, but even more as a human being, bro. And I know that he's a fan of the art, and he's always acted like a fan of me. Even when I was depressed and he would come around, he would make me feel like I was, so I love the guy, and I appreciate him and always will.
Yeah. Yeah. You can definitely tell he's a fan. I mean, he's a super fan. Again, he's somebody that studies the intricacies of it.
Yeah, bro. He's an artist, man.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of all artists, bro. I love us who love the art.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna elevate through us.
Yes.
And that's what I'm all about. Constant elevation causes expansion. I write my rhymes by like who live my man.
Yeah, man. Were there any artists that you haven't gotten to collaborate with that you would want to? Like, do you have a wish list of guys you'd like to work with?
I would have, man, more than likely I'd have worked with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I love everybody, and I would have worked with anybody. I don't say anybody, but a lot of folks.
A lot of folks, yeah.
But I like I would have liked to have contrasted me with I would have loved to have did a record with Big. You know, I would have loved to have done that because I think I could have brought something to that would have made it really cool.
Oh yeah.
You know, I got a lot of guys who I would have loved to have made records with the Wu-Tang boys. You know, just because everybody's thing was so different.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have added my thing into that group and see what would have came out. You know, Cool James, I would have loved to have had a battle on record with him.
Oh man, that would have been.
You know, battle him on the record like me and Cube used to. You know.
Yeah.
Because he was my nemesis back in the day. He was my arch enemy, you know, in my head, you know, because because he was next up, and I knew how great he was, and I wanted to be that great.
Yeah. Yep. How did you? You know what? Going back real quick, how did you get the call before Cube to do the solo record?
I think that's what I went there for.
Okay.
And remember, those guys hadn't made it when I got there.
Oh, so it was kind of already in the. Dre was already thinking of bringing you in just for that.
They didn't even know that shit was gonna work yet.
Right. Gotcha.
And so, if I was the guy that made it work, it was just sort of a natural progression to get mine done, because I don't think you could have held me,
right,
if you didn't get that record done,
right?
Because once Parental Discretion came out, somebody was gonna say, "What about that guy?"
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And then they'd have been knocking on the door talking about, "Doc, we'll give you $1 million," and I'd have told them niggas, "See ya."
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
For real. For real. You know?
Yep. Doc, anything else you got coming up?
Man, I got so much stuff coming up. We'll be on this thing for you know, and I say it's a God thing, man. I say I'm too blessed to be stressed, and these are not just phrases that I throw around because they sound good. I'm in a moment in time, and I've been here before. That's how I know, you know. 1987 is when the sky looked this blue, and the opportunities were this vast, and the world was this open for me. I didn't recognize it then. I'd never been there, but I know where I'm at now. And having that film is tantamount to having, 100 bricks of gold. And back in those days, I would have gave them folks the bricks of gold in order for them to say my name on the radio, but I'm not doing that shit now. I'm going to attach this money to a purpose and allow that. I'm going to plant that seed and allow that seed to germinate and create a money tree that feeds these communities without them having to ask folks for money, to allow them to become not only the authors of their own stories, but the distributors and the marketers and the owners of their stories, because their stories are the only stories being told.
Yeah.
And so if it's their stories, why the fuck are they the ones that never get the bread? So if you can create a machine that could feed itself through those stories, use those funds as a catalyst to make those who are out there trying to do good, the cool guys, the good guys, then it starts to self-perpetuate, and folks start to say, you know what, I'm not going to take all these chances to make this little amount of money that I'm gonna have to give right back to these people, along with 5-10 years of my life, when I can go over here and still live my dreams and do some positive things for my neighborhood and be here for my son and my daughter and try to help them, and create the environment where Beverly Hills and Compton, where the people, and I use this word, these analogies loosely. I don't want the people in Compton to get mad at me.
Right.
The people in Beverly Hills feel about Beverly Hills that the people in Compton feel about Beverly Hills. In other words, Compton is as valuable, Compton Boulevard is as valuable as Rodeo to us.
Yeah.
And we build it and protect it and we own it and we control it. And the money that is made here, it circulates here. And you do that with purpose, man.
Yeah.
You do that with real positive, powerful energy. And you don't take no for an answer, bro. And it becomes really simple after that. Those are my musings. That's my story. I'm going to stick to it and keep pushing that line and see what happens.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
Right on.
Yep. Fantastic. Doc, thank you so much for spending time with us tonight.
Man.
Bless guys. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the platform. I told Chuck I got the app as soon as I heard that it was online, and I got it on my phone. And, sometimes I'll get a ding and blip in and see what's happening.
Yep.
So I have the ultimate respect for your team and what you're doing, and anything I can do to be of service, I'm always online.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. And Mr. Chuck sends a salute. He's at a graduation thing tonight. He was going to try to jump on, but I guess he's still there. So
my brother.
He actually
he posted
said something a minute ago.
There it is. Salutes. Doc.
Doing the graduation thing. Papa Doc knows.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. See, that's all I'm talking about, bro. There's no greater joy on this planet for a man, I think, than when you fall into that groove of being a good father. That shit is so fucking rewarding. Excuse my language. It's so rewarding to my spirit to go play this damn video game with this dude. Because I never let him win, though, because if you let him win, he's going to talk so much ish.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He's worse than me. He thinks he's the best at everything, and he's going to do that. I was like, yo, dude, I see what you're doing, but it's not fun. So God bless, guys. I'm around anytime.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
And happy birthday again.
Yes, happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, guys. Blessings.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Wow.
Did that really just happen?
Yeah, man. I know, right?
Yes, it really just happened.
D.O. to the C.
Woo. Yeah, catch his breath.
I know. I just like
that's crazy.
This is a master class in emceeing.
Master class.
Yes.
It is. I mean, it's just like
that's the OG.
That's
the
that's
expanded edition.
Yeah, that's what I have. I got the expanded.
Okay.
Yep.
And this is the cassette.
And that's the cassette.
We got the OG cassette too.
Couldn't find mine, but I do have
Ultramech. No, don't have that. No.
I do have the D.O.C and the Dr. 12.
I don't have.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shit. That was just as incredible as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
We're still alive.
Fantastic. Fantastic, man. Fantastic.
It's flatbread.
I really can't wait to see the documentary. I know it's been a long time coming.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I can't wait. That's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah.
Gonna be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy.
Yes, indeed. And just been through some shit, man. But you come out so much better on the other end, the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, our sponsors.
Yeah. Sure.
Nobody knows what to do anymore. Oh my
I
God,
know.
did that really just happen?
There it is.
We are brought to you by Hackensack Brewing and the beer that Flatline is holding up, Auga, dedicated to the awesome tool. And then I said August, June 23rd, if you're around Hackensack, New Jersey, go up there and catch another dope, awesome tool party. There'll be all types of hip hop people around, DJs, beer, music, and all that. Hackensack Brewing, Auga, that's what we do.
Are you going to be there?
Potentially.
Ultramag 7 sighting. Okay. Interesting.
With my shirt on.
Yeah, right. You got the shirt. You got the official joint. That's right.
Awesome shirt.
Yeah. And it's C-Doc again. It's also brought to you by the Spit Slam Record Label Group. The Spit Slam Record Label Group. A Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spit Slam Record Label Group. Throwback to the future sound. Yes, indeed. Check out Spit Slam. Oh, and I got to show just because it's out now. Jennifer, I got to get you one in the mail. Out now on cassette, the new Stetsasonic Here We Go Again album.
There you go.
Just came out last Friday. So there you go. Where get it on internets everywhere. And you can catch Flatline, Mr. Chuck D, and myself every Friday for the And You Don't Stop radio show. 2 hours of hip-hop goodness. I play the Spit Slam Jam of the Week. Flatline comes equipped with the Hip Hop God segment.
I do.
As well as putting the whole damn thing together.
I do.
Yes. And you catch Jennifer O. Jenny, Ultramag 7, and Our Man in Amsterdam, DJ Soulbuck, every Sunday for the mixtape where they play the music of our next week's guest. Jennifer, who's next week's guest?
Is Jennifer frozen? What's happening?
I don't know. I think she is frozen. Oh,
no.
JB. I thought she was just intently reading.
I thought she was trying to play it off.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, that's great.
Okay, that's a new one. All right,
it is.
Okay, let me check the calendar, and I can tell you. Unless Ultramag, do you know?
Is she back? There she goes.
Oh, there she is.
My power went out.
Oh,
great. That's
completely
just great.
Wow.
Isn't that special?
Yeah. We I believe we're talking to Mr. Schick next week.
Yes.
Mr. Schick.
Yes.
We are.
Yes.
Okay.
From the Meme Machine.
We'll be talking to Mr. Schick next week. So check out Jennifer Ultramag and Soulbuck Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Channel 0. They'll be playing the music to get you ready for next week's interview with Mr. Schick. There you go. I want to thank Flatline Ultramag 7, Jennifer O. Jenny, for joining me as always. everybody watching live, everybody watching on the replay, please like and subscribe if you enjoy the show. Tell a friend. Also, tell a friend to watch some of my movies.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell a friend to follow us on Facebook.
Follow us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow this guy, Mr. Chuck D, in the car.
Oh,
Right at the nick
Hey.
of time.
Yeah. You're about to end the show.
I miss D.O.C.
Yeah.
But you know, Pop, he a Papa. He knows what it is.
Yeah. Yep. He had to go play video games with the grandbaby. So yeah. So
And the grand slip. Do y'all hear like feedback?
no, but it kicked into your car, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I have now it's on the speaker on the car speaker, so I don't know if I got any feedback. But
Nope.
so it went great, huh? Man, but you know,
Good stuff.
Flatline still gushing.
Did
I'm dying.
did you ask the AI? Here I am jumping in all late and whatnot. You know, just like tell
No,
people seriously watch this show. You know, here I am, Johnny come lately asking questions, but you know, D.O.C. is my guy. He's my guy, and it's such a pleasure that, you know, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, my brother pulls. We're in Dallas together, and seeing the Cypress Hill show, and y'all remember, you know, Eric E Global pulls me aside and said, "Bruh, I need you to see somebody." I'm like, all right. And sure enough, Trey comes in. I'm like, oh, that is the. Oh, I had no idea. But then again, you know, you go into Dallas.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Man, I had
moment.
stories. I had a story to tell too, man. But then again, I'm still on the show now. It's like,
Yeah.
I remember it wasn't too long after. I think, damn, Trey. After I was. This is after Nobody Does It Better already was out, and I think Trey was just finishing writing up songs for N.W.A. And I remember we was just talking in the parking lot, and this was before the accident, and then it was like Trey was on that. He was right on that crest of like. I mean, I think he said he's almost finished writing his second album, and we was just talking in the parking lot, and I was like, I was so happy for him because I said, here's this dude, you know, he it was almost like he was like the sixth man of N.W.A. Like,
Yeah.
he like the sixth man, and now he an all-star superstar. And I remember we were all right off Sunset in the parking lot, man, and I kept looking at the sun shine in his face, tall brother, and the sun was shining right in his face, and he was just looking at the sun and looking. And he says, "Yeah, man, it looks very promising." And I remember him saying that it looks very promising, and I can't believe I'm here. You know, that's what I recall, man. You know, with a lot of different things. You know, playing together, always a humble bro. He coming from Texas, you know, and yeah, man, I remember having that short conversation with him right off Sunset in the parking lot, and he had the light of God on his face.
Wow. That's dope.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It begs the question too that, you know, if he didn't get in the accident, would he have filled that with Cube's vacancy in N.W.A., you know?
Yeah, that's where it was headed. It was headed that way. And I think the conversation was almost with Trey to the point, I think we had just finished working with Cube. But, you know, that light from the sunshine on his face, God blessed him because he's here.
Yeah.
The type of accent he had, man, it's like, nah, man, it's a wrap, man. And so, you know, looking at that light on him that day, it was like, yeah, in one way it takes it away, but God bless this dude, man. He is here in one piece.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, that type of thing, you know, if you come up out of that type of thing, man, you end up paralyzed, you end up in a whole lot of other things that make life difficult. So, you know, God really really shone his light on him, or whatever whatever it was that we have him today. And yeah, man, you got all kinds of different attributes that can help out. Because I did y'all ask him the AI question?
Yeah. Flatline did.
Mhm.
Yep.
He brought it up. Yeah.
Yep.
Who brought it up? Flatline?
Yes,
I
Yeah.
mean, Doc.
Flatline did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat me to the punch. Yeah.
Yeah, because what's around the corner on that one, man? Make it, you know, listen, straight up and down. It make me not want to do my vocals no more. Did I say that? Did I say that? Oh, I swear to God, you know, it's like, damn, man. I put some stuff. Yeah, this is not a full disclosure, but I consider myself an okay vocalist. And that thing makes you have the inflections, and you know, it'd be like, damn, man. Only thing I could do is mimic this one. Hey, one thing about AI, it ain't got to go to the dentist.
That's true.
Yo, man, this is another thing. It was great that, you know, Doc was on there talking, because a lot of times people take for granted like vocals, and they don't think that like vocals are a serious thing, man. The smallest little thing could throw your vocal off.
Mm-hmm.
Like aging means like maybe your vocals, if you're in rap, okay, in singing, you know, it means that you probably can't hit the notes because of fatigue, wear and tear on your vocal cords, right?
Yep.
What we're seeing with Doc is a extreme case of injury. People just think that they never even thought that something like that can happen. But if you're a rapper, you know, you need not only the vocal cords, but if you're grilling right, man, you're not cutting words.
Mm-hmm.
And you could go to a dentist and let's say get a tooth missing or replaced, and man, and your whole game will be messed up with one bad dental move.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jennifer, I know who you're talking about.
Well, there's a few of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, as it gets long, you know, like as people get older, you go into the different dynamics of wordplay and things that you can say and things you probably can't be able to say anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I went for a dental procedure a couple years ago, and I can't say SHIT the same way. Just not going to be said the same way as I said before, because that combination of your mouth, your tongue, your teeth, and everything, if you get a slight change like that, it's like, you know, it's like something happening to your finger while you threw fastballs and curves, and then something happened to your finger, it's going to throw it all off. Same thing. So, yeah, it's interesting because a lot of times people just they're rapping and then they take it for granted. Nope, the slightest little thing to that alter your game, you know. And then a measurement over like rapping over 40 years. It's like we're entering unprecedented areas. Now, yeah, rapping and talking and singing, everybody has a mouth. You know what I mean? Well, most people have a mouth. So we can't make a big deal out of, oh yeah, they're rapping. You know, this is just a style of vocalization that has come into play and being accepted. So that's what makes it kind of like the thing. But you know, the mouth isn't anything new. But when D.O.C, he was like really the first rapper that had a serious career injury.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he looked absolutely, after a while, he looked absolutely the same. It was like nothing, if you look at him, it's like, wow, you know, something happened to you, and it only was that. So Yeah, man. So it's a blessing that he's here. He's able to write all those classics. But I do imagine like a guy like D.O.C. when he play around with AI, look out because he's gonna be beasting.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that. And you know what? The young dudes, or the young MCs and women or whatever, they ain't gonna really probably be trying to perform either. Because they're gonna just be playing with AI and they're gonna just do it live, like what they call pantomiming.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, what's the difference? You know, Soul Train. Did y'all know? And tell me if y'all knew this. Soul Train, 95% of the time was all lip sync.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah.
Same thing with Dick Clark. They wasn't playing around with like trying to get you to learn your performance. They was like, nope, come on here. We're playing the record, and you lip sync it.
Yep.
So and also the average person probably still doesn't know that videos are all lip syncs. So you're gonna probably see live performances, you know, lip syncing soon.
Right.
Yep.
That's how crazy AI is.
Yeah.
You're gonna see people lip syncing live. You hear me, Jenny? That's what's gonna happen like very soon.
I'm
How
already there.
Jennifer knows.
You're
Yeah.
already there, right?
Jennifer
I'm
knows.
already
Yo.
there. And Mike Miller, you're right. If you prompt it correctly, it knows what to do. But you have to. Your boy Damage, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
He's so deep in it,
Yes.
but he doesn't take it at face value. He doesn't take what's spit back out at him. He does all kinds of other crap to it.
Well, you know, like once upon a time on the turntable, we used to have Grandmaster as C-Doc and Flatline will attest. We're gonna have prompt masters out there.
Yeah. Yep.
And Ultra, I know Ultra, you messing with AI on the visual tip, are you, bro?
Not yet, but I have a my man Midichlorian. He has been working with it, so I got to get some pointers from him. But Midichlorian's big into that.
Brother, it'll change your life, man. I'm trying to tell you now, bro. It will change your life. Because the video AI is another level. I'm not ever going to mess with it. But, you know, visual people like yourself and Doc, you know, I'm gonna stay back in the audio and I do art, a lot of art, but I don't flip a lot, but I go into AI just as references, and then I go back into analog. But yo, man, it's the church of the demon. That shit is horizontal heroin. Trying to tell you now.
Yeah.
Look, I'm telling y'all, it'll make you look at your top 10 very differently. And a DJ, look, I turned Lord out yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Lord is gone. Because I sent them 3 joints. I sent them 3 joints, right?
Uh-huh.
That there's 1, 2, and 3 in this crate right now. Because another thing, Jenny, is like, it's not just the prompts. I write original, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of kids is playing around and they're going in and taking, you know, they're taking like modern rap lyrics or familiar rap lyrics and they throwing it in the blender and twisting it out with AI coming like, oh yeah, this is like, you know, super bad hottie 1968, you know. So they got AI happening that way. But what I do, I write to the moment. So I'm going to write a quick verse and then I put it in the blender and then this shit is over. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that's what, if I don't even know if I should say it, but Damage wrote a theme song for a show he wants me to do, and he
Yep.
put the lyrics in and said, "This is what I want it to sound like."
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey, Jen, name a weird instrument that you usually don't hear." And I said, "Okay, a hurdy-gurdy," thinking he was going to go, "A what?"
Yeah.
And that AI had a problem with that. They were like, "A what?"
Yeah.
But they finally found it.
They found it and
And
he bent it. Yeah.
yep. And the next
Yo, man.
thing,
Yo, let me tell you how sick I'm getting with it, Jenny, and everybody else. If I'm late, right, to something, like I gotta go pick up so right, I gotta do something, or I'm writing a song, I'm writing a verse and making a song out of it, and it's like crazy. I mean, and a banger too.
Right.
You know, like a banger.
yeah,
Like, oh, I'm stopping by Lowe's, but it didn't have it at Home Depot. But I'll be at the crib at 8, and I'll put it in a quick verse, and it starts out like and yo, I'm stopping at Lowe's, and I got like Otis Redding singing with the Supremes.
Right.
right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. It's no joke.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the look on
So,
these guys' face when I played them the Jenny Thing Goes theme, they thought they'd lost their minds.
So great.
yo, I'm telling you, production teams can't do anything like this anymore. Like you got to make drops, stuff like that. You can't get a production team to turn around anything like that. That you can't. It's impossible because you don't have players to play the chops the same. You don't have singers that sing. You know, old school to them is almost like, you know, Beyonce's old school and Mary J. Blige is old school. So you can't tell them like I need you to sing me like Ann Peebles style. Sing me a Irma Franklin style with a little bit Mavis Staples. They be ooh. So you ain't getting that style back ever. Or give me a Professor Longhair or Ray Charles piano style. Huh? What?
Yeah.
So you're not getting those players ever again. So you gotta. So the whole thing about where a guy like D.O.C. with AI as a writer like he is, yo, it's endless. It's endless because and then he has, you know, probably, and then these are questions I wanted to ask. If he's sitting there with an MC writing a joint, right, and he probably like, no, it goes this way, and it's he ain't got to do all that. He'd be like, yo, man, I don't even need you. This is the way you should do it. Mimic this to get back with me.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
It is. Let me tell you, when people who are afraid of this, if they're going to be afraid, there's a reason to be afraid. Because if you don't go at this thing knowing how to, just like, yo, I'm going to dance with it. You're dancing with a bear for real. You're dancing with a bear. You're damn near dancing with Godzilla. So if you don't know how to do the King Kong dancing with Godzilla, you ain't going to matter. Matter of fact, none of this, you got to really seriously apply it and shoot your missile exactly where it's going to be needed.
Yep.
Well, and I think don't get it twisted. Nobody's dumping everything into AI and saying, come out with a banger, and that's where we're going to leave it. That's not what's happening.
Right. That's not what's happening. Those that have the mind to understand what's dope, what's a banger, what to make, what to try, what to emulate, what to fall back on, you got to come to the table. You got to come to the table with all that, and you got to end up being a prompt. You got to be a prompt master. If you don't master the prompt, it's gonna be like sampling. You're gonna be like, oh man, that's a great song, and you're gonna take the whole thing and get us all sued.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's the thing. That's the key, and it's all in from what I understand now, because I've heard about it nonstop.
Ad nauseum. Yes.
That's the key. Is it's all in the prompts, and it's what you do with it from the beginning. It's what you tell it, and what it comes out with, and what you do with it after.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's almost like a band in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an amazing tool there to help us make the kind of hip hop that we really like.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Yeah.
Among other
Exactly.
things. Yeah.
Exactly.
But for
Yo,
me,
man, I like to hear. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, Doc. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but for me as a producer, it's seriously. I mean, well, wait till you guys hear it. Wait till you guys hear what we did.
We know.
Yeah. Wait till you hear what we did.
It widens the playing field of opportunities and possibilities.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, listen, there's something to real players playing instruments in synchronization, harmony, and using their chops. Because hip hop reduced itself because it didn't have the type of players that could give you the same everything that an old sample would get you with four musicians on sync making magic in a small room who've been playing with each other every day, getting direction from a singer. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't, that's what makes the thing crazy, because I'm looking for mistakes. Let's say I prompt something like 1960 soul singer, Southern soul, vocals, male and group. And I'm listening to this thing and I'm like, I'm listening for errors and I'm like, it's no effing way, man. And then I'm hearing like the change, it goes into a change. And I'm like, it's only one or two or three different ways that this record could change into a bridge like that. And it sure enough takes it in there. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, and the problem that hip hop producers had is that because people weren't skilled musicians at every instrument, we kind of minimalized everything into the drum and minimalist instruments around the drum that we were familiar with.
Right.
I'm saying, I'm not saying like, and if you wasn't familiar with these instruments, what do? You sample. And and a lot of, I'm telling you, a lot of producers didn't even know what was in that sample. If you tell them like, yo man, this is in that sample, oh, I just grabbed it because it was dope beats. I say, well, what's the beat? The beat or the music around the beat? But we heard the last 15, 20 years, they calling it all the beat. I'm like, wait a minute, I hear an organ in there, I hear a harpsichord in there, like, nah, man, the beat is dope, man, and that. So you can't identify the instruments. You damn sure can't play them if it was sitting in front of you, and all you so you sampling, and you coming on the one with a repeat, or you might bridge off of that. But the reason we ain't see a lot of changes off of the main beat is because there was an inability to know how to change into the next bridge. So, F it, I'm gonna have my dude spit over the whole thing and then, make a chorus over the same beat.
Yeah.
So the vocal had to make the change.
Yeah. Yep.
Which leads you into what? Monotony. And then after okay, if we got a monotonous sound, then what I'm spitting will turn you out. Because I'm going to spit some crazy, even like, either I got to do skills or I'll just straight out murder you rap. And that's what we saw, like, okay, it gets, in the R&B did the same thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like the music, they rhyming over the beat that the producer sampled from the 60s and the 70s, monotonously with the same loop and all that. And that worked for a while. But this thing right here, now I'll close on this note. This thing out here makes you understand why music is beautiful. because a musician you grab like 5 musicians in a room and you tell them to come up with something musically or funky or rock tinged, and they happen to hit it on right on what they, man, you can't emulate that.
Yeah.
You can't bite that.
Yep.
That's what's making it scary to some. Because if you ain't good as a producer, and you don't know what is, you out of the door. You out the door because you ain't cracking something that somebody that hears the stuff. They could be 12 years old, but if it's right, they're gonna be like, it's something in that. It's something in that. I don't know. They ain't gotta identify what's in it or whatever. All they know, that 12-year-old kid is like, because that's music. That's music. That's the vibrations lining up. That's the notes lining up. That's the inflection lining up. That's the vocals getting out of the way. And lastly, the thing that's bugging me out the most, right, is that every mix that comes out is glass. I be putting in my sound system. I'm like the mix is just like the vocals are just right. The bass is in the corner. I'm like, what the hell? You know, like the clap. I'm like, the mixes are like instant. Like, wow. There ain't no adjustment. No adjustment I make. Straight out glass. Bam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chuck.
Johnny Specials is coming out with the greatest hits of Johnny Specials ever heard.
Can't wait.
Produced by Carl Ryder.
Yep. For the Bomb Squad. Johnny Specials.
Yep. Johnny Specials makes his return. You know? The name of the album is the greatest, the Johnny Specials, the greatest shit y'all never heard.
Oh.
Getting down at a VFW near you.
Oh, super dope.
That's what Johnny Specials is gonna come out with. 3 album series, like on Spit Slam. One, he's like Johnny Specials live at the VFW, right? The next one is Johnny Specials live at the American Legion, and then the third one is Johnny Specials, and I won't make up another one. Another one of those lodges and legions or whatever.
Yeah.
The Moose Lodge.
The Moose Lodge. Yeah.
Moose Lodge. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, man. And then the key one is Johnny Special's greatest hits y'all never heard in Big Mama's Kitchen. over on 38th and 4th.
That's great. It's gonna be good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
So happy graduation to whoever graduated today.
Yeah, we're public, so I won't say whoever graduated, but thank you so much.
Yep.
I won't tell you who or where, but yeah,
Good job.
Yep.
We're all proud of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next
stage.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm glad to tune in, and I'm glad to even give my spiel of the next realm of Spit Slam vintage joints.
Yep. Yep. That's it. That's good. Spit Slam vintage. There you go.
There you go.
The sub label.
There you go.
All right. Coming soon. All right, everybody. We're signing off, and we'll see everybody next week for another episode of It's C-Doc again.
See y'all.
The balloons. Oh, the
Thank you, balloons.
Hey, Flatline. Look.
It's the balloons.